Hey, what's up, guys? This video is about dealing with a loose woman. I'm not talking about loose as far as her sleeping around. I'm talking about downstairs. I ran into, I want to say about 3 women that was this loose, and for the simple-minded people, I'm gonna go ahead and say, that's because you guys are small. Nah, man, nah. Um, that's not always the case. This is reality. That's not always the case. But from my experience, I ran across 3 women like that. Now, I'm gonna give you this one story. There's one particular lady I was talking to. She's a teacher. Met her online. Yeah, I believe I met her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I met her online at that time, whatever. Um, so met online. We started hanging out, and I take out, here and there. Nothing crazy. It wasn't like I was taking her to like, Red Lobster or whatever. I know everybody got beef for Red Lobster and Olive Garden. I was just taking it to like a little restaurant around the corner, like a little fish fry place. So, this is like regular old little neighborhood little restaurant. Nothing crazy. And I was spending a lot of time with her at her apartment. So, at the while, I'm like, man, ain't nothing happening. She ain't like she don't know what's going on. Like, she know what the deal is. So nothing was happening. I'm like, I told him one day, hey, you a virgin or something? Or what's going on? Like, we've been hanging out for a little while. Like, ain't nothing happening. What's going on? Oh no, I just like take it slow, and I'm like, all right. So she been telling me, because I'm like, man, why are you single with us? She's a nice looking lady. Nice looking lady. She ain't had no kids. Nothing crazy. No tattoo. Like I keep telling you guys all the time. Nails. Nah, she's a regular, like like a traditional looking school teacher, whatever. Just real well presentable. Well spoken the whole nine. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, well, shit, why she ain't married or got no kids or some, at least a dude. Nothing. Her phone would never blow up, nothing like that, bro. I'm like. So, and she wasn't staying in a desirable area or nothing like that. I mean, she wasn't in the, in the boroughs and like that, but she wasn't like in no high rise. She was like little hood, little neighborhood or whatever. And I'm like, all right, man, something ain't adding up. So anyway, eventually, I end up getting her to go to the room. I said, hey, I'm trying to, in so many words, I'm trying to bend you over, whatever. Of course, at that time, I wasn't using that line, but I'm like, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm about to go if you ain't trying to do nothing. So I eventually got her to, go to the room, and lo and behold, I'm trying to put it in or whatever like that, and I felt nothing, like nothing at all, like zero. And I'm like, man, I know I ain't tripping. So I checked. I'm like, all right, yeah, I put it in, but I ain't feeling nothing. So I started, use my fingers, and then she like literally wasn't feeling nothing. I ended up putting my whole fist in her, believe it or not, and she still didn't budge. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm like, all right. So I just immediately just got up and washed my hands. I just left. So she knew why she's single, why she was single at the time. Pretty sure she's still single now. She knew why she was single, because like she was no good. That's what we call, in the dating market, it's no good. And I'm like, nah, wash my hands. I said, I went on ahead and just left. I ain't say why, nothing like that. I just got up and left, because she already knew. That's why she was stalling for so long, because she knew that, that she was loose. So probably like a couple days later or something, she texts me and she's like, hey, what's going on? This and that. Act like nothing happened. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Thanks for, just trying to blow out like, oh yeah, thanks for checking up on me. I'm good. And she just kept texting me after that. Like I said, of course, after that, I never went back over there. I never reached out to her, nothing. After that, like I said, within 2 days, she texts me. I respond back, very vague respond. And then after that, she just kept texting me and stuff. And to the point, I'm like, hey man, I know why you single, and why you never got that issue resolved. She was trying to play stupid. So, oh, what do you mean? I said, come on, fam. I said, I literally put my whole fist in you, and you ain't feel nothing. You ain't even budge. So I'm like, okay, you walking around here loose. I don't know how long you've been dealing with that or whatever, but I said, you know that you lose. So I don't know why you don't get that fixed. So she tried to play dumb or whatever like that. I'm like, man, listen, I'm telling you this because I'm trying to look out for you. You can get that fixed. You need to get it fixed, because if you don't, you're gonna be alone for the rest of your life. I promise you. That's just reality. Ain't no dude hanging out with no chick with no loose box. That's just reality. That's real. So get it fixed and you're gonna be all right. But moving forward, I'm like, you cool, ain't got nothing against you, but please don't reach out to me no more. You know what I mean? I'm just letting you know, you can take that how you want to take it. I'm just giving you this honest advice that'll help you in the future, and that's it. You have a good one. She tried to, I normally only deal with guys who's bigger than average, and me at a certain level, I don't get upset. I just get disappointed now. But when you just disappointed, it's like this is how I am. I was just had no emotions, no feelings towards it whatsoever. After that, I was just disappointed. So of course he tried to, whatever the case may be, one up me or whatever you want to call it. And I say, ma'am, for a grown ass man to put his whole fist inside of you and for you not to even feel it, there's no way in hell that you actually dealing with a guy. I said, for a guy to be that big, he has to be like, I don't even know, man. Like, you do the measurements on your face or whatever. I'm like, there's no way in hell that you dealing with a guy. I can't even think of the size. It's like he has to be like 7 inches round and I'm like, I don't even know. That's probably short. He probably got to be fucking 9 inches round or whatever. I'm like, nah. I say, ma'am, stop lying. Stop lying. I say, that you ain't got no dude in your. He tried to play it out like she just had to do it. Like, no, man. I said, man, I've been kicking it with you for about 2 weeks strong. Ain't nobody. You never got one text message. You never got a phone call. You never had nobody pop up at your apartment. Nothing. So I'm like, you just lying. I said, man, you just get it fixed. And I was like, on top of that, if you deal with guys who's larger than no, which is they don't even make sense. Like I say, the situation she got is it's nothing else. It's just straight loose, no feeling whatsoever. I said, for you to be dealing with a guy like that, why don't you just get back with that last guy you was dealing with? 'Cause she made it seem like she just dealing with a whole bunch of dudes who just walk around here with fucking like not even horse penises and stuff. I can't even think of a rhinoceros penis or something. An elephant, there we go. Elephant penis would be something like more of her style or whatever. I'm like, why you don't just get back with the guy you was messing with, the last guy you tell me about? And she ain't say nothing because she thought we were gonna challenge her. I'm like, ma'am, I ain't got nothing against you. You're a nice lady or whatever, but please get that fixed. That way you won't be alone for the rest of your life. So guys, when you're dealing with a woman, well, hopefully you never come across a woman like that. But when you encounter a woman, if you encounter a woman who has a loose box, and I'm gonna say this too, it's not always one size fits all, and that comes down to her. It's a muscle. At the end of the day, it's a muscle. So you have to train it. They have to train it for it to have that grip to it. Now, some women they don't have to. It's just obviously they don't have a high mileage or whatever like that. But the ones who sleep around a lot, obviously, the more guys they sleep with, then most likely it'll end up, stretching them out. But, some women actually do know about that. And, they're 304, but they got guys going crazy because they actually exercise that muscle to where they know how to use it. A lot of women, they don't know how to use, they don't know how to use they box, believe it or not. So, you got something that's wet, dry, tight, little whatever, little tight, little loose, whatever. You got something who just completely blown out. She was completely blown out. I don't know if it was some kind of birth defect or something. I don't know. I really don't know. But if you come across a woman who has a loose box, I don't know, man. Because at that point, I just didn't care. I wasn't that kind of guy who's like, oh yeah, I feel bad for it. Let me not. I'm gonna tell him, if you stink, I'm gonna let him know. If you loud, I'm gonna let you know. So in that situation right there, it was no need for me to try to play it off like, nah, bro. She knew what it was. I'm like, it's trash. I just told her right off the bat, let her know. That way she knows. But I'm telling her whether some other, because normally what happens when you messing with females like that, they won't tell you. They'll just go ahead and just be like, they'll ghost you or whatever. You know what I mean? That's the thing about a lot of people. They won't tell you anything. They'll just ghost you. So I told her straight out the back. I say, listen, ain't no hard feelings to you, but go ahead and get that fixed, and that way you have a better lifestyle. That's a fact. So again, before I interrupt my own self, if you come across this woman, a woman that has a loose box, go ahead and tell her, bro. Go ahead and tell her. I know it's an awkward situation. With me, it wasn't awkward. I was disappointed. So again, let her know what's going on. Say, hey, you know, maybe it's me or whatever. I don't know, but I didn't feel nothing down there. Like it's just it ain't nothing down there for me. I had no sensations. So, you know, for me to as being honest and obviously, you know, me being an asshole at the same time and not caring. Well, I did care because I told her, you know, but as far as care for her feelings, that's what I want to say. Go ahead and tell them, bro, what it is. Like, hey, you know, this ain't it. You know, you need to get that fixed, get it checked out, and then that's pretty much it. Go on about your life, bro. Now I heard, I think it was like on the Maury show. They had a guy who was married, and he told his wife, I think after she had kids, after the kids say, like, yeah, she don't feel the same. And of course, you know, they on TV, and of course, she felt bad, but it's like it was on national TV. But at the same time, it is what it is, bro. The dude ain't dealing with no woman, you know, that he can't do nothing with. He can't get a satisfaction out of her. So she ended up going to a plastic surgery, got it fixed up. They did a review video. They came back again for an update, and he was all, man, you can see in his face all jumping for joy. He's like, yeah, he's smiling hard, you know, Kool-Aid smile and everything. And she was happy. She was a little ashamed, but she was happy at the same time. You can see her reaction when they brought him back. And the guy, like, he just won $1 million, but that's what it is. So, you know, for most cases, like, yeah, man, they can go get plastic surgery, and for the most part, it's just really about just the ladies keeping that muscle active, keeping it tight. You got exercises that they can use to keep it tight, and that's why I understand a lot of guys, they like younger girls because of that, because you know, whether they have not so many miles or not really any miles at all, that box is still tight. And of course, when you get older, the women, you know, they get, like I say, they get older, they get lazy, they don't exercise. So that's part of your exercise, you know, is a box. And you know, at a certain age, the women, they get lazy and they don't keep up with it. So that's why a lot of guys, when they get older in their 30s and up, you know, they feel a certain way. Not, it depends on what's going on. Probably really in their mid 20s and up, you know, you start to see a difference. But when they hit 30s, you see it right away. Like that's why a lot of guys be feeling depressed and they don't, you know what I mean? Like the love ain't there no more because a woman ain't got it the same. They can keep up, they can get it back and keep it, but they just got to exercise their body. So that's just one of the situations I had when I was messing with the chick. Like I say, you know, and I understand, like stuff we have, you can meet that diamond in the rough or whatever, or she just been busy too much to where she never had time to date. I understand that too, but someone that never like, well, she a school teacher, you know, she ain't got a lot of time, but she do have time. Like, you know, y'all know the school teacher schedule. They be off on the summers and all stuff like that. But she has sometimes she have enough time to, you know, have her a boyfriend or, you know, guy that she kicking it with. And I'm like, man, she ain't ugly, nothing like that. She ain't no fat bag. She ain't ghetto, none of that. You know what I mean? It's just like something ain't right in it. That's what it was. Like, so a lot of times you dealing with a female and she seems like she's stalling, you know, hopefully that she ain't got nothing, you know what I mean? But a lot of times it's because of that, because you know they know they box is trash. I mean, not to make it sound like wait, but that's what it is. You know, that's because they know they box is trash, and they just be like, oh, you know, with guys with erectile dysfunction. I did a video about that. Watch it if you didn't watch it. They just been dealing with it for so long. They just gave up. They just don't kill them. I'm like, oh, I just deal with it. It is what it is. I just live the rest of my life with erectile dysfunction. Same thing with the women with the loose box. They just stop caring at the while. They're like, oh, well, I just live with this for the rest of my life. And with them, it's just simply just keeping it, you know, exercise. Exercise, it's a muscle. You got to exercise it. So once they stop, what happens when you stop working out over a long period of time? You get weak. It's the same thing. It's still a muscle. You know what I mean? So that's all they got to do is just really do that. I mean, and surgery, you know, but not a lot of times not really about surgery. That's normally if they have kids or whatever, you know, and that's not every woman, but for you to go to that extent, that's because you had kids. But other than that, it's just simply just keeping up this exercise, the muscle, you be good. So, like I said, it was about 3 women I dealt with like that, and the other 2 was just like, I was just, like I said, just trying to bend them over and get on out the way or whatever. But that right there, I'm like, I'm really trying to get with her for real. And I'm finding out like, oh, no, I'm good. You know, because something like that, you know, you don't want to, you deal, a guy get with a woman, you already know, we all trying to bend them over, bro. Every chick we talk to, we trying to bend them over. So ain't no dude dealing with no chick that he can't bend over, bro. This is what it is. So, you know, it's one of them things, man. But like I say, if you ever come, hopefully you don't, but if you ever come across a female who has a loose box, bro, man, go ahead and tell her, bro. Go ahead and tell her. I know it's gonna make you feel uncomfortable. Or you probably don't want to make her feel uncomfortable, but you uncomfortable already because you can't even you can't even perform with her, bro, because like she broke, you know what I mean? She broke, so she broke in. And that's what it is, man. So at that point, I mean, even now, I'll still tell them if that happened to me now, but it's just what it is, bro. Like, nah, man, don't let them people go through life thinking that, oh, it is what it is. I'll find somebody who'll be cool with it. Nah, ain't no dude ever gonna be cool with that. Nah, that's what it is. Like, if you ever come across that, let her know that, hey, man, I ain't trying to, offend you, nothing like that, but you ain't got no, ain't nothing down there for me. You need to go ahead and get that check. Go to a doctor or start doing these exercises, and then that'll help you out. I promise you. But other than that, I can't do nothing with you. So whether you want to stick around, with her until she get that fixed or whatever, that's on you. But when that happened that same night, I told you, bro, I got up real quick, washed my hands, I left, bro. That's it. If she wouldn't have text me, I never would have responded to her, bro. I promise. She literally texted me within like 2 days later, and then every day after that, she just kept texting me. I'm like, you wouldn't even text me like that before we tried to, before we had sex. Well, try to have sex with you, but that's what it is. They want you to accept their flaws. Like, that's a flaw I'm not going to accept. This is what it is, man. So, it didn't bother me. Like I say, I told her that because I cared about it. I said, listen, I'm trying to look out for you, homie. So go ahead and get that check. That way you go ahead and get your man, and you can go ahead and live your life, in that way. If not, you're going to forever be alone. And like I said, I know you're cool with that because you've been alone for a while. Like I said, she probably was in her like 30s, early 30s or something like that. So, I already told you guys 26, already hit the wall. So she already gave up on love life. She just always going to be alone for the rest of my life. So I told her what she did with that after. I don't know, but this is what it is, man. So, in situations like that, keep it real. But like I said, if she stink or whatever like that, like one of my other ex-girlfriends, she told me one of her friends, she stunk or whatever, and she told her. You know what I mean? It's just about telling people, bro. Don't let people walk around here with no ill like that. Like, nah, let them know, like, hey, bro, like your breath stink. Get that shit fixed. Your feet to get that shit fixed or whatever. Let the people know what it is, bro. And that's because, you don't like them or you don't want to pursue them no more. Don't mean you shouldn't look out for them. That's all it is to it. So anyway, if you guys got any stories, any questions, leave them down below. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't like the video, don't like the video. And until next time, protect your 3 Ps.